Welcome to The Edit with your host, Vivian Cole. Brought to you by Vogue Media Agency, the podcast where branding, visibility, and influence are curated with intention. Each week, we cut through the noise to explore strategy, storytelling, and what it really takes to build a brand that's seen, heard, and remembered.
Welcome to The Edit. I'm your host, Vivian Cole. And today we're talking about something that quietly determines whether a brand thrives, struggles, or slowly fades into irrelevance. We're editing positioning, not messaging, not marketing tactics, not visibility hacks. Positioning. Because positioning is the difference between being sought after and being overlooked. Between being respected and being replaceable. Between leading a category and competing for attention. Let's begin with an uncomfortable truth. Most brands don't fail because they're bad. They fail because they're unclear. They're talented. They're capable. They deliver good work. But no one can quite explain why they're different. And in a crowded market, good is invisible. Positioning is not what you say about your brand. It's what people understand when they encounter it. It's the mental shortcut your audience takes when they decide whether to pay attention, trust you, or move on. And here's where most brands go wrong. They believe being broadly appealing is safer. They say, "We help everyone. We work with all industries. We're flexible. We do a little of everything." What they think they're communicating is inclusivity. What the audience hears is hesitation. Strong positioning requires a decision to own a lane, even if it means not everyone comes with you. And that decision is what most brands avoid, because positioning feels like loss before it feels like power. It feels like saying no to potential clients, no to opportunities, no to revenue that might come in. But here's the reality. When you try to appeal to everyone, you don't actually attract more people. You attract no one deeply. You become interchangeable. And interchangeable brands compete on price, not value. Let's slow this down. Think about the brands you personally trust, the ones you don't question, the ones you assume are the best at what they do. They're not vague. They don't say everything. They don't offer everything. They are known for something. That's positioning. Positioning is not about limitation. It's about precision. It's about saying, this is what we do better than anyone else. This is who we're for. This is the problem we solve. This is what we stand for. And just as importantly, this is what we don't do. Here's where fear enters the conversation. Many brands worry that narrowing their positioning will shrink their audience. But the opposite happens. Clarity expands reach because it creates resonance. People may not all be your ideal client, but they should instantly recognize who is. Strong positioning creates referrals. It creates recognition. It creates confidence. Let's talk about what weak positioning looks like. Weak positioning sounds impressive, but says nothing. It relies on buzzwords. It hides behind generalities. It feels safe. Safe brands don't lead. They follow. And followers don't set pricing. They react to the market instead of shaping it. Strong positioning, on the other hand, feels decisive. It feels intentional. It feels calm. It doesn't rush to explain itself. It doesn't need to chase trends because it knows where it stands. Here's a key distinction I want you to hear clearly. Positioning is not about being louder than everyone else. It's about being clearer. Clear brands don't shout. They don't over-explain. They don't convince. They attract. Now let's talk about differentiation. Many brands think differentiation comes from features, what you offer, how you deliver, your process. But true differentiation comes from point of view, how you think, what you believe, what you prioritize, what you refuse to compromise. That's what makes a brand memorable. Ask yourself this honestly. If your brand disappeared tomorrow, would anyone struggle to replace you? If the answer is no, that's not a failure. It's feedback. And feedback is useful. Here's a powerful reframe. Positioning is not about competing. It's about opting out of competition entirely. When your positioning is clear, comparison stops. The conversation shifts from, "How much do you charge?" to, "How soon can we work together?" Now, let's move into the edit. The positioning edit requires three things. First, decision. Who are you for now? Not 5 years ago. Not eventually. Now. Second, discipline. Third, repetition. Positioning works when it's reinforced consistently. Same message, same focus, same standard.
Thanks for listening to The Edit with Vivian Cole, brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. Be sure to subscribe for more insights, share this episode with your network, and join us next week for another conversation on building brands with clarity, confidence, and impact. Visit voguemedia.us.
Vogue Media Agency offers comprehensive services to help small to medium-sized businesses, faith-based and nonprofit organizations, content creators, and entrepreneurs establish and grow their online presence. Focusing on website design, landing pages, social media management, podcast training, branding, weblog creation, and public relations, Vogue Media Agency provides a convenient one-stop solution for clients looking to elevate their digital footprint. What sets us apart is our personalized service and niche expertise. We are your marketing consultants. Contact us today.
To contact Vogue Media Agency, call 212-470-2730 or visit voguemedia.us.